All right, hello everybody. This is Tom Heisel with the Tega Cay Sun.
And hey, this is Patrick Byrne with the Tega Cay Sun. So what we wanted to start with today is we wanted to tell you guys why we're even doing this video blog. So we send a lot of articles each day, each week, and some of them are long and some of them are short. And to be honest with you, not everybody has all the time in the world to read those articles. So what we're going to do is we're going to put together a weekly show where we review the articles that we've written for that week and then talk about events that will be upcoming for the week ahead. So hopefully this is a new and exciting way for you to be able to see what we're doing and really trying to outreach with the community. So Tom, before we get into some of the news that we've gone over from this past week, there's something that I wanted to ask you because a lot of people have asked me this question, but I'm not really the one that started it. So I wanted to ask you, why did you start the Tega Cay Sun in the first place?
Great question. So I'm sure, like most of you, I've noticed a lack of local news. Right? If you go to most websites, it's national news. But if you find a local news source, 9 times out of 10 is behind a paywall. Right. So you'll click on the link and it'll say, oh, you got to subscribe to view this article, or you got to give an email address and you can view one article. And that's if you can find it. So based on a friend of mine up in New York who had started a similar paper, I decided to run with the Tega Cay Sun, and been a great time. It's 7 months now.
Yep.
And yeah, so that's it.
So has it exceeded your expectations at this point? I mean, it seems to be pretty well received by the community. Yeah. But what were you thinking was going to happen?
I didn't know.
Yeah.
My friend who did it, he's in a very rural area of New York State. We're in the Charlotte metro area.
Right.
But surprisingly, it's been well received. People seem to be really engaged. And again, because there's no hyper-focused local news. There may be news about Charlotte in general, but Charlotte is not Tega Cay.
Right.
Rock Hill is not Tega Cay.
Right.
We want to talk about Tega Cay and stuff affecting Tega Cay. And so it's been well received. The engagement's been through the roof. And as some of you probably seen, we've started the print edition, which has taken off and doing well. And so, yeah, I would say it's definitely been well received.
Okay, great. And just so all of you know, I actually came on board in, what was it, August, I think?
Yeah, late summer. Yeah,
late summer?
August sounds right.
So just kind of happenstance, let's say. I don't know other way to say it. I just kind of met Tom. I'd never met him before. And he just kind of brought me on board. So I was in a completely different industry doing something completely different. And this is what we're doing now. So we're excited about it. We're excited to do this for all of you and continue to outreach with the community. So with that, let's talk about some of the stories that we've got for this week.
All right. So kick it off. Just 2 nights ago, the Fort Mill High School boys wrestling team won the Upper State Championships. They defeated Rock Hill to win the championships, and they're moving on to defend their state championships this weekend, where they will again face Somerville. Kind of ironic, same 2 teams 2 years in a row. Also,
little dynasty.
Yeah, exactly. They're building on it.
All right.
If you hadn't heard, 2 months from today is a partial solar eclipse. Tega Cay is going to get about an 80% eclipse. So,
and you had mentioned to me earlier, I think you put something on the site. You've got to get particular types of glasses, right?
Yes.
To be able to put on.
Don't just put your sunglasses on and stare at the sun.
Right. Don't do that. That would be bad.
But on the article, there's a link that NASA linked to, and it's all these certified types of viewing devices. So it's more than glasses, but all different options. But order them quickly because I'm sure they're going to sell out, because this is a large path of darkness is going across the eastern U.S.
Gotcha.
So,
That's cool. That's
absolutely
cool. Nice. All right. Picking up. So one of the articles that I actually launched it yesterday about a nonprofit that was founded called Alley Kate Incorporated. It was about a 19-month-old child who unfortunately drowned in a backyard swimming pool. So the parents actually started this nonprofit. And one of the things they're looking to do is they're going to have a dance this Saturday night at the Glennon Center. So, out of tragedy, they're trying to make something good out of tragedy. So, certainly a horrible, terrible story, but, at the same time, really trying to overcome that. So
well, hopefully the residents come out and support it.
Right. Yeah. So I've actually got I'll kind of hold it up here, the dance info here, but we've also got it on the website posted there. So again, it's Saturday night, kind of looking at it here, 5 to 8 o'clock at the Glennon Center. So if you don't have your tickets, $75 for one daddy-daughter. and only $25 extra for each additional daughter. So if you have more than one daughter,
Bring
you
them
want to
both.
bring them. The other thing I will say, just real quick, one of the things that the parents told me was, this is daddy-daughter dance this year, but they're looking at expanding it to make it more of like a sweetheart dance. So if you've got a son, you want to bring your son,
Great.
something like that, maybe for future, that's something to look
Perfect.
at. So really, really neat story.
Very nice.
Yep. And then, kind of sticking with me as well, I actually wrote another story this week about the exercise coach. So Kim Lyles is actually a Tega Cay resident, and she was working at the exercise coach. And she had the opportunity to make the purchase and actually buy it. So she kind of jumped on it. So in October, she bought the exercise coach. So for anybody that's maybe 45 and over and, kind of like us, kind of like me and Tom here, and you're thinking, hey, I don't know that I necessarily want to go to the Gold's Gym or your standard normal kind of gym that you would go to. Exercise coach offers you, an additional opportunity to work out in a safe environment. So definitely go check that out. Great story. Kim is great.
Where is it located?
It is on Stonecrest.
Oh, so it's local, right here.
Local.
Outstanding.
Yep, right here in Tega Cay. Yep.
Great.
Yep.
Work on the dad bod.
Yeah, absolutely.
All right, and next, if you've been to our site, you may have noticed our local state senator, Michael Johnson, has been publishing a weekly article for us where he's covered some really good issues. Started with, the plans for the year for the Senate, now that they're back in session. But this last year, he brought up an important topic with the problems with liquor liability issues. If you're not aware, a lot of insurance companies have pulled out of the state of South Carolina and have only left a couple options for local bars and restaurants who have liquor license to get insurance. Because of that, the prices have skyrocketed. It has actually driven quite a few small mom and pop bars and restaurants out of business because they could not afford the liquor license.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, it's unfortunate.
Wow.
So he's looking into that, and hopefully the state government can do something about that.
Okay.
Also, another sports story, or not sports, excuse me, school story. Our Fort Mill High School junior, Izzy Barber, she won a prestigious 2024 Visionary Scholarship. So she wrote an essay about what she wants to do in college and why college is important to her. She talked about wanting to become a veterinarian and help animals, and won a $1,000 scholarship at a nationwide competition. So congratulations to Izzy.
Yeah, fantastic. That's fantastic. All right, kind of sticking with your school story here. We had a couple of teachers that won some awards from Springfield Middle School. So I want to make sure I get these names right. Gail Vaughter and Logan Hudak. So Gail won the Dr. Randy Wall Distinguished Service Award.
Good for her.
Sounds great.
Awesome.
Right? It's distinguished, so that's good. And Logan Hudak won the Regional Teacher to Watch for the Upper Midlands region. So so pretty neat there. So a couple of awards go to those teachers.
Great. Good for them. And back to me.
Yep.
Sticking with school. The Tega Cay Lions Club has 2 scholarships they're giving away. First one is entitled the Ron Castle Scholarship, and the second one is the Bobby Cullen Jr. Scholarship. You have to apply by the end of February, and it's for any student living in the 29708 zip code. So it's not just Tega Cay. If you live in the greater county area over in Baxter, any of those areas in 29708, you can apply for those scholarships. And so if you're interested, go to our website. There's a link there for the Lions Scholarship and apply.
Well, with college as expensive as it is, that's not the worst thing, right? So getting any amount of money.
Any amount of money, just like Izzy. $1,000 helps.
Absolutely.
Also, a great story here, local Tega Cay resident, senior Ella Collins. She is committed to compete for the College of Charleston
Equestrian. Yeah, you almost had it.
Equestrian team.
You almost had it. You almost had it. Good job. Good job.
And so, Division I team, big accomplishment there to get a scholarship to any Division I school.
Absolutely.
And so, congratulations to Ella. That's exciting.
And stays in state as well. I'll be honest with you, I didn't even know that College of Charleston had an equestrian team. I wonder if they ride the horses on the beach at all.
I don't know.
At some point. That'd be kind of neat, right?
Hey,
maybe around downtown Charleston.
Go back to school.
Yeah, I don't know.
You
Opportunity. There's opportunity. That's all I'm saying. That's all I'm saying. All right, so we wanted to end it up with a couple of different things here. So we had sent out a story, I think late last week, about some volunteer reporter and writing opportunities on our team. So just to be honest, we are a small town paper, so it's non-paying. So ding, ding, ding. That's
not a lot of money.
Not a lot of money going on yet. So it is non-paying, but we are looking for a few different writers. So if you're interested in writing, please check that out on our website. Let us know. You can actually get in touch with us as well at editor@tegacaysun.com. Again, the story's on the site, so if you're interested in that, please go check it out. And we would be remiss if we did not thank every sponsor that we have and the folks that are really helping us kind of keep our little dream alive here. So let me kind of roll down the list of who we've got. So Michael Mattis, who's Ameriprise financial advisor. So if you're in the market or looking for, or you're not in the market actually, and you're looking for somebody to help you get in the market,
yes,
Michael would be your guy. We've also got Precision Air and Heat. So if you've got an issue with that going on, you can certainly reach out to Roger Costner with Precision Air and Heat. He'll help you. Exercise Coach, I mentioned them earlier. They are one of our sponsors as well. Already talked about them, but definitely go check out Kim at the Exercise Coach. Class 101, so if you've got somebody we were just talking about college and how expensive it is, if you're planning for college, definitely check out Class 101. They can help you there. A new book by Matthew Green, Shadows of Doubt, Shadows of Ecstasy, is available on Amazon, so definitely check that out too. If you've got fence and deck cleaning and staining that need to be taken care of, Everguard is your place to go. I'm gonna let you do the next one.
All right.
You know you can do the rest.
All right, I'll take over. Yep. Model A Brewing. They were our first sponsor. They actually paid for the first two print editions of the paper. So big shout out to them for helping us.
And their Tega Cay is what?
First and only brewery.
That's right. Very important to throw that in.
You may hear that at Dr.
You may hear that.
Tuesday night. Farm Fresh Carolinas. Organic produce delivered directly to your door. Great local sponsor for us. They help us get papers out to the residents. Live Active Charlotte. You may have seen some of the articles in the paper. Dr. Brian Stump, he writes an article for us, and he's the owner of Live Active Charlotte. So we thank you.
Also a chiropractor, by the way.
Oh, very nice.
Yeah, just
so
you know. So we were just talking about dad bods earlier and everything else. We need a chiropractor.
Just my back after this.
Need a chiropractor from now and then. So he's your guy.
All right. Well. And finally, our very own weatherman, Carolina Weather Authority, Mike Griffiths. Thank you for all the information you put out to our readers. Hyper-focused local weather here in Tega Cay.
It's actually a funny story too, real quick, by the way, when you had signed up the Carolina Weather Authority. So Tom had called me and he's like, "Hey, guess what? We got a weatherman." I'm like, "That's just fantastic."
We got big time.
We got big time weatherman. So we were excited about it. But we're very excited to partner with Mike. So
that's so we talked about the dance coming up this Saturday.
Yep.
Also, this Saturday at 10 o'clock is fire time with the Tega Cay Fire Department.
Yep.
Station number 2.
Always good for the kids.
Yes, absolutely.
And the parents, for that
Great time.
Yep.
There is a Fort Mill race, 5K race to support heroes on February 17th, and that information's on our event tab as well.
Yep.
And to close this out, you may have noticed there's no sponsor for this.
So it's true. We were just talking about the fact that we have all these sponsors, and we do. We have sponsors online. We have sponsors for our print paper. You can see our print paper here. So we've got a lot of folks that are helping us with our sponsorships, but because this is a new format,
brand new,
we don't have anybody to sponsor this yet. So if this is of interest to you and you would like to sponsor us,
please do.
Let us know. We'd love to partner with you and work with you to do that. So
and just one note about sponsorship. We're a local business as well.
Yep.
We live here, raise our families here.
Yep.
We want to work with local businesses at a very affordable rate to give them a local advertising option versus some national magazine coming in.
Which you may get in the mail from time to time.
Charging you exorbitant rates
and everything else. That's not us. We're not going to do that. Right. So we're willing to work with you in any way that we can because, again, we are local. Hopefully you're local. We want to help you and grow together.
Yes, and the great, honestly, the one thing I've noticed is the people we have worked with, the sponsors, the advertisers.
Yep.
It's been wonderful partnership because we can tell anything they want. This is not a cookie cutter operation.
Yeah, I agree.
Where this is it. You get a 1/4-inch ad here for this much. Things.
Well, it's digital. It's digital, so it's a really
you
point.
Can see. I mean, this is the paper, right?
Exactly.
So inside the paper, you not only get the monthly print, you also get every day online. You can sponsor stuff like this, or the Weekender,
Yep.
or the Sunday Spectator. Which, by the way, if you haven't signed up, if you like the blog, great. If you'd rather read it all, we have the Sunday Spectator. It's the same concept in that you will get it directly to your
all the news
email, and you get every news story from the prior week in your email. Sunday morning, drink your coffee, read the paper, just like old school.
And you mentioned the Weekender. Just for those of you that are unaware of what the Weekender is, kind of what it sounds like. We're letting you know what's happening over the weekend within Tega Cay, sometimes within the Fort Mill area, but again, we try to keep it isolated to Tega Cay when we can.
And that, again, is posted online, but it also comes out in your email if you sign up
on Fridays,
every Friday.
Yep. Cool. All right. All right. Well, let's go ahead and close it out. We're excited to do this hopefully each week and bring it to you. Hopefully you guys have enjoyed it. Again, I think we'll get better at it as we go along, but hopefully this isn't too bad. But I think we will get better. But we're just excited to be in the community. We just want to continue to bring you this local news and really provide this service to you for free.
And we welcome any feedback. So
absolutely.
Email him.
Email him. All right. Thanks, everybody.
All right. Thanks, everybody.